The 2022 World Athletics Championship took place in Eugene, Oregon from July 15 to July 24th, and in it, we saw all sorts of amazing moments. From world records to some heartbreaking moments, this was certainly a spectacle of an event. In this video, we'll be taking a look at how a U.S. athletics star smashed a world record and proved that she is a living cheat code, along with some other news from the World Athletics Championships. So without any further ado, let's dive in. First, who was this cheat codes athlete? Sydney McLaughlin is considered one of the best sprinters and hurdlers in the world right now. Her performance at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021 speaks for itself. There, she broke the record for the fastest 400-meter hurdle when she completed it in just 51.46 seconds. Now, with the World Athletics Championship taking place in her home turf, all eyes were on her. Would she beat her own record, or would she stumble under pressure? Well, if you've been keeping up with the news as of late, you already know the answer to that. She managed to finish the 400-meter course in a matter of just 50.68 seconds, beating her own record by almost one full second. She finished the race over 20 meters ahead of her closest rivals, which is one of the wildest margins of victory in the World Championships in recent years. Her performance was outstanding. Most people couldn't even believe what they were seeing. It was almost as if she had activated a super fast cheat code, but it wasn't a cheat code at all, it was her sheer talent. Up next, Sydney talks about the struggles she faced after her wins. Sydney has been in the mainstream spotlight for over a year. She might just be one of the greatest athletes in the United States right now, but that spotlight has only increased her struggles as a person. As a biracial woman, Sydney says she has been the victim of racism and colorism throughout her career. Not only that, but she recalled how after winning the gold medal in Tokyo, all of the people around her didn't support her, as she thought they would. She said that some of her closest supporters in life started to ignore her, and now she had no one to fall back on other than her fans. She says that she has become more conscious about the way she looks and the way she carries herself. It's almost as if every move she makes is being watched and judged. It's amazing that despite all of these struggles, Sydney still managed to break world records and Olympic records, and she's set to break even more records in the future. Sydney wasn't the only hurdler who had an amazing event. Up next, we have a Nigerian runner causing a stir with her win. Tobi Amusan, a female track and field athlete from Nigeria, recently won the 100-meter hurdle race at the World Championships and broke two world records. First, she broke the record with a time of 12.12 seconds in the semifinal, which already won her a lot of praise, but after that, she managed to beat her own record once again in the finals with a time of just 12.06 seconds. Initially, there was almost universal praise for the Nigerian runner, who received applause from the likes of Usain Bolt and Noah Lyles. Just like the case with Sydney McLaughlin, many people couldn't believe what they were seeing with their eyes. How are so many people breaking records in just one event? This eventually led to a lot of skepticism around Tobi's win. Michael Johnson, a BBC analyst and a four-time Olympic gold medalist, said that he doesn't believe the times are right. He said that the 0.8 seconds is way too close for a world record to be officially broken, and he also said that there were inconsistencies with the way the times were shown. There was a lot of backlash after these comments, not at Tobi, but at Michael Johnson, with some even saying that Johnson was being racist by specifically commenting on Tobi's record-breaking performance instead of the others. Johnson later sent out a tweet saying that he wasn't targeting Tobi with his comments, but the event overall, as so many world records were broken on it. Up next, what are some of the other world records that were broken at the event? As we already mentioned, the 2022 World Athletics Championships saw numerous records being broken. The most notable ones, Sydney McLaughlin's 400-meter hurdle and Tobi Amusan's 100-meter hurdle, are already well known. But what are some of the other records that were broken? For starters, we saw Swedish pole vaulter Armand Duplantis break the record for the longest crossing ever. He initially set the world record at the Belgrade indoor meeting with 6.19 meters and broke the record at the 2022 World Athletics Indoor Championships in March. And now, at the Oregon 2022 Games, he once again broke the record with a length of over 6.21 meters. All of these are extremely narrow record breaks, but it's insane how Duplantis keeps getting better and better 1 centimeter at a time. Aside from individual records, the event itself set the record for most countries to have won a gold medal at a World Athletics event. A total of 29 countries won a gold medal at the event, including 3 countries that won their first ever gold medal: Nigeria, Peru, and Kazakhstan. This might have been the most eventful edition of the World Athletics Championships ever, and we can't wait to see what the following games will have in store for us. Now, let's take a look at some of the other things that happened at the games. For starters, India has best ever performance at the World Athletics Championship. India has always struggled with international sporting competitions owing to a lack of financial support in sports outside of cricket. This means that India's Olympic and athletics record is pretty subpar, despite having a population of over 1.2 billion people. But something changed in 2021, as Neeraj Chopra ended India's Olympic gold medal drought by winning gold in the men's javelin throw competition. Now at the 2022 World Athletics Championship in Oregon, India has managed to put on its best performance in history. Not Not only did Neeraj Chopra win the silver medal in the javelin throw, but 5 different athletes qualified for the semifinals this year. This type of performance is rare for India, which barely sees 1 or 2 athletes qualify each year. And if this keeps up, India might join the ranks of the US, Canada, Russia, China, and Australia as one of the world's top athletic nations. This is certainly going to be good for competition, and is going to make these games more exciting than ever before. Up next, the US dominates the 2022 Oregon Games. When news came out that the US would be hosting the 2022 World Athletics Championship, there was a lot of excitement. Despite having more medals at the Games than any other nation, the US had never before hosted the event. This year, with the event taking place, the US managed to capture a total of 33 medals. This is the highest number of medals ever won by a country at the World Athletics Championship. Aside from winning the most medals overall, the US also won the most gold medals, with a total of 13. In comparison, the country with the second most world medals at the event was Ethiopia, which only had 4. It also became the most watched edition of the event ever in the United States, and it paints a good picture of what we can expect from the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, when the Olympics return to the country for the first time in over 42 years. Not only does this prove that America performs well on its own home turf, but it also shows how much American athletes keep improving in comparison to their global counterparts. And finally, Germany wins gold at the event despite a major setback. Germany hasn't been the top player at the World Athletics Championship as of late, despite East Germany being the top country by medals in 3 of the first 5 editions of this event. Its capabilities are nowhere near that of its former self since the fall of communism, and more importantly, stricter doping regulations. The 2022 edition of the event saw Germany give its worst performance in history. For most of the event, it seemed like Germany wasn't going to win a single medal at all, and according to the athletics chief, the German chief had no hopes of winning one either. But despite the gloom and doom, one German athlete, Malika Mihambo, managed to save her country from total embarrassment as she won gold in the women's long jump with a leap of 7.12 meters on the final day of the event. Additionally, the German team also won the bronze medal in the 4x100 meter relay, adding a total of 2 medals to their final tally. It was still the worst performance by Germany ever, and the German athletics chief let their concerns be known. They said that the German team is focused on building up its youth athletes for now, as they simply don't have enough championship-worthy athletes in the country. That's a wrap for this video. What's your favorite moment from the event? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.